How's it, everybody, and a warm welcome to the Web3 show. I'm your host, Philip Kalenko, joined by your co host, Kate Bergman. Together, we bring you all the latest weekly NFT and Web3 news. It's our first Saturday night stream. Thank you for joining us. Kate, my friend, what is happening?
Yo, dude. Honestly, just got some new updated things for the apartment because I don't really work too much out of my studio right now. I go to my friend's place who's richer than me, and he's got a whole entire like penthouse WeWork type of situation where anyone can go up there and work, and there's tons of room up there. So I was like, I need to make my place a little bit more productive, and so I bought like a little moving adjustable desk thing that's like really small. I'm gonna buy a small couch and replace these two things behind me so I can actually sit down somewhere besides this desk. So I'm hoping to be able to get some more things done and be more productive at home. Because I think most people,
Awesome.
anyone who works at home understands how difficult it is to work out of like a studio in your own like home.
For sure. Sounds good, my friend. We got lots to talk about. We got crypto absolutely crashing. Going to take you into it. Going to tell you exactly why. We've got Bored Ape Yacht Club with a bit of a teaser on the forge. We've got the big Apple event, which is, really bullish for Web3. We're going to discuss that. We've got DeGods coming up with an announcement. We've got Louis Vuitton with a very expensive physical and digital trunk. We've got Mercedes Benz. We've got Warner Brothers. Saturday night, I got nowhere else to be. Let's get straight into it.
Let's do it.
If you're not following the Web3 show on YouTube, I suggest you do so. If you're not following George Kingdom on YouTube, I suggest you do so. All right, let's jump into a market update and talk about what's happening on crypto because we've got a lot going on here. If we have a look here, Bitcoin sitting at $25,695, down almost 3% on the day. We've got Ethereum sitting at $1,743, down almost 5% on the day. We've got Solana sitting at about $15, down about 15% on the day. Just to put this all into perspective, I mean, if you have a look here, we've had a huge drop in the last couple of hours. This red line over here that we're looking at, and yeah, there's reasons for all of this. But just jumping here, just to put it into more perspective, this is the last 24 hours. Everything is down. There is not one green. Okay, there's one. Mostly everything is down. We got Ape down 20% on the day, but really not looking great. Sand down 20%. And as we said earlier, Solana down 15%, really not looking good. And then just looking at them according to market capital, but on the day, you got your biggest ones here, BNB down 8%, Matic down 20% on the day, Link 14%, AVAX down 17%, XRP down 5%. This is just the last 24 hours. ADA down 12%. There's your Solana over there. So we're going to talk about why and take you through it. Is it time to panic? Is it time to buy? Is it time to sell? Like, and what is causing this? What is this last 24 hours being caused by? So the first thing is just to recap, and I think everyone knows by now, we've got the SEC suing Binance. So they're coming out here. The Binance charges are quite serious. It's against Binance US. Obviously, Binance has got the US division and then a completely separate business, which is Binance International. And this is specifically against the US division. Quite honestly, if you do have money on Binance US, I do think that you should take it off. Because we've got the SEC trying to freeze all the assets as well of Binance US and really going after them quite heavily. They released this document over here. They filed 13 charges against Binance entities and against their founder. And a lot of those charges are quite serious. I'm not going to take you through it, but that's basically what we need to know. I'm sure you know all about it by now. We've then also got the SEC suing Coinbase. Now, this one is a bit more interesting because Coinbase and the SEC have been in talks for quite a while. Coinbase is a publicly listed company in the US. They went to the SEC for permission before doing so, which was given. And the charges against Coinbase are a lot less serious. And Brian Armstrong there is definitely going to be defending it, but they've got charges, and their charges against Coinbase are basically saying that they've been trading assets which are securities and unregistered securities. Coinbase has come out and said, look, we've been trying to get clarification from the SEC for a long time on what is a security and what isn't. They don't even know, and that they're going to be defending it. And so the Coinbase side is a lot less serious than the Binance side. SEC seems to be going after both of them, but less severely on the Coinbase side. When they do it, they do have when the SEC announced it, they do have their quotations here. And the one they did for Coinbase is you simply can't ignore the rules because you don't like them or because you prefer a different one. The consequences for investing public are far too great. While Coinbase's calculated decisions may have allowed it to earn billions, it's done so at the expense of investors by depriving them of protections to which they are entitled. So, look, the SEC, in my opinion, has got ulterior motives over here, but we do have even guys like Moody's, who are rating agencies, saying that Coinbase can face serious consequences, even more so for Binance. So, there's no secret here that we have got the Coinbase going after. Sorry, we've got the SEC going after crypto heavily. And you want to understand why. It threatens their revenue. If you've got crypto, you can trade it without it being under their eyes, and therefore they don't necessarily get the taxes they would on it. And they're clearly coming out and attacking crypto across the board. Even the founder of the SEC office has told everyone to get out of crypto. Now, they also want the US also wants liquidity for their banks, so they're trying to scare you to get out of crypto. And we've got all of this going on at the same time. But the big thing that catapulted the exchanges today is Robinhood. So Robinhood's an exchange, and we've got Robinhood saying that they're going to delist Cardano, Polygon, and Solana tokens in the next 3 weeks. So they've given a date. The reason that they've chosen these tokens is because we've got the SEC naming certain tokens in their case against Coinbase, saying that the SEC is saying that these tokens are securities. Just because the SEC says that they are securities does not mean they are, but it means that there's going to be court cases which are going to determine whether they are. And if you look here, these are a list of what they named. And so the ones that have been named here, Solana, Matic, and Polygon, Robinhood is saying, look, this is not our fight. We want to get out of this. Let Coinbase and Binance do their thing. We're going to, in the meantime, to list any of these coins which may be securities, Cardano, Polygon, and Solana, and later on we can come back and add them on if we want to. But for now, we're going to delist them. And if you are holding these tokens on Robinhood by the date that they've given, which is the 27th of June, they will automatically sell those tokens for you and convert it to USD. And this has really caused the runaway train today. So Robinhood is one exchange, but there's a lot of speculation that other US exchanges are going to follow suit. They're going to say, look, to be extra cautious, we are going to temporarily delist these tokens that may be securities, because if we keep these tokens on our exchange, we now, knowing that the SEC is saying that they believe these are securities, we may be knowingly trading in securities. So this is not something we want to do. We're going to start delisting. And so that is the speculation that's going on, and that has caused what we are seeing at the moment. So we're seeing here that the ones that they've listed are ones that they are saying is where the Howey test would come into play. And now the Howey test is a law from like 50 years ago to determine what is a security. A lot of crypto guys have said correctly so that the Howey test needs to be revised. But basically for now, case law goes, the Howey test is what we look at. And there's 4 criteria which determine whether something is a security or not. Number 1, was there an investment of money? So did you buy some tokens? Did you invest some money? Number 2, in a common enterprise. Number 3, did you expect profit by doing so? And number 4, would that profit have come from the efforts of others? And if it is all 4 of those things, then it is by law considered a security. Now, obviously, we need a court of law to determine whether it is a security. And in some ways, this is all quite bullish because it means that finally we are going to get legal rulings on what is a security, whether they are securities. Is the Howey test outdated? We know it's from 1946. Maybe it will get rewritten here. And I think something that people need to understand is that this is a long-term thing. These court cases against Coinbase and Binance are going to take years and years and years before we get proper finality on them. However, there is going to be this uncertainty, especially in the US. Now, even if all of this is labeled as securities in the US, this only really affects the US. Now, yes, the US is a massive market, but it's not going to kill crypto altogether. So the question is, you come here and you look here and you see tokens down 20, 30% in the last day. Is now the best buying opportunity of your life, or is now time to be cautious? Now, my personal opinion, not financial advice, is now is a time to be cautious, especially with anything that could be considered a security. So we know that Bitcoin is probably the only one that isn't a security for sure. We know that. So is it a good time to buy Bitcoin? Possibly. If your long-term horizon is long, then it is, whether it goes to 20,000 or stays 25,000. But I would be cautious buying anything that might be considered a security at this particular point. It's high risk. And yeah, that's the whole story of what is going on at the moment and what has caused this crypto FUD that we are seeing.
Damn, bro. That was a terrific breakdown. So, guys, if you're watching right now, holy shit. If that does not earn a like or a subscribe or a retweet, wherever you're watching this, I really don't know what does, Philip. So that was a solid breakdown. I have a very firm grasp of what happened now. So, nice. Not nice for crypto, but nice breakdown.
But thank you, man. One of the benefits of being on a Saturday night, I've had more time to really educate myself. But yeah, I mean, look, this is the nature of crypto, right? It is very, very sporadic. It has huge swings. But definitely the US has come out and played their hand here, and they're saying we're not interested in this stuff. We've had enough, and we're going out to try and get rid of crypto. And they're powerful, and they're trying to do it. Obviously, that applies only to the US. So we'll have to see what happens. It's going to play out how it plays out. But yeah, these levels of drops in a day, 20%, are similar to FTX. Eh? This is big. This is like really, really big.
Honestly, Robinhood's way bigger than FTX, in my opinion, for the mainstream people. I mean, Robinhood's a household name for investors that have joined the market that are about my age, probably, and they're just buying whatever the fuck their TikTok or favorite TikToker is telling them to buy. But dude, this is some scary shit, only because in my head, like, the reason I picked up trading was because I kind of realized that the idea of investing, like, especially because I want to stay in this crypto world, the idea of investing long-term in these coins is just such a risky idea to hold. If you're a hodler, if you're like, I'm going to hold Cardano for 3 years, it's like, damn, bro, that's going to be a rough ride, versus kind of like scalping, where you're trading like by the day or by the week or something like that, where it's a bit less intense. And as far as like in the here, let me share my screen actually real quick. Here we go. Entire screen. Let's see. Let me pull that up real quick. I just want to see how that looks. It might look terrible.
No,
yeah,
it's all right.
Let me see if I can make this full screen, if this will make it better.
So yeah, man, interesting times in crypto for sure. But it always is, and
yeah, this is like this is the 7-day chart. So you can see like this drop down wasn't actually, I mean, we saw
7-day chart on Bitcoin. Yeah.
This is Bitcoin. Yeah. This is Bitcoin. But like literally 7 days ago, we had a drop that was just as significant from here to here, from like chilling here at 26.7, dropping all the way down by $1,000. Did the exact same.
So that was when the SEC said they're suing Binance, and then the next day they came out Coinbase. So that was what happened there.
Yeah. And that coupled with that Robinhood thing, dude, I don't know if this is going to bounce back nearly as fucking insane like this. Like this maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure what the chances of this type of rise after this crash is. I guess if we had like a smaller version of one up here in the last day, it just kind of pumped up. I guess it was just, I don't even know. But I'm not sure if we're going to
see. But it is true. Usually when we see such massive drawdowns, even very short term, the day after or the day after that, you tend to have a recovery to some degree, not a full recovery necessarily.
The thing is,
short term.
Robinhood is going to delist them in 3 weeks. So I can't imagine for any reason to be buying literally anything in crypto when we know in 3 weeks there's gonna 100% be a bearish move. So unless you're trying to be a total degen, you think you can rise like a day, like one of these kind of day charts and be able to pull some profits here, maybe. But if you're not like a scalper or a day trader, this is a very, very, very risky play. And there's nothing in the next month that would give me any indication it's going to pump up. So if you're looking to short the market or be like a scalp trader, I think this could be like prime time. I think if you're scalp trading, like these kind of things are happening every day in a lot of different coins, and a lot of coins move together. Like sometimes you'll be looking at XRP and you'll be like, damn, that looks literally exactly like Cardano, literally exactly like Solana. They move together sometimes. So I think if you're a trader and a scalper, it's probably a good time to be doing your thing. As far as investors, I don't know. That's pretty risky shit right there.
For sure. I mean, look, the conventional wisdom, if you want to be in this for the next 5, 10 years, you think Bitcoin's going to 100,000, eventually a million, is to DCA on the way down as usual. So, if you want to invest $100,000, take 10% and buy some now. When it goes to 22,000, buy some there. When it goes to 20,000, buy some there, and so on and so forth. But I definitely think there's a bumpy ride ahead for crypto, but specifically the altcoins, because those are the ones that at any moment can be classified. SEC could say, we think they're securities, and then they're going to have a 20% dump again. And again, Robinhood is big enough that enough other exchanges are watching to say, hold on, we're a lot smaller than Robinhood. If this is what they're doing with their amazing legal advice and whatever it may be, maybe we should do the same. And so we're going to see Ripple announcements coming out with similar type things of different exchanges saying we are temporarily or for now delisting these things until we get clarity from the banks. So really the SEC is trying to kill all the on-ramps, and they're doing so quite well, as far as the US goes. So it's going to be harder and harder to invest in the US, that's for sure. But yeah, that's what's happening. Let's look at how this is all affecting NFTs. And jump into our segment of what's trending and just have a look a little bit at the NFT market, what buying opportunities there are there now that we understand what's going on the crypto side. So just looking at the last 24 hours on all NFT marketplaces, we got Blur showing $25 million in volume. I always divide that by 3, so call that about 8-9 million over there. We got OpenSea at 5 million, Immutable X at 600,000, X2Y2 at 550,000, and LooksRare at 250,000. If we add that all together, you get to about 15 million, which is not too bad. It's going to be interesting after this drop in crypto to see how that affects the floor prices of different NFT projects and the volume. Does it, for me, whenever there's a substantial drop like this, typically NFTs tend to the volume on NFTs the next day tend to be lower. So people are generally spooked. NFTs are higher risk than crypto. And so we do tend to see that the next day there is muted volume. So it's going to be interesting to see what the volume is tomorrow on NFTs. And the floor price is similar sort of thing. You do tend to see a bit of a drop before people realize, oh, it's actually cheaper now to buy crypto and to get in. If we have a look in the last 7 days since our last stream at the top sales, at number 1, we got a Spirit Azuki selling for 90 Ethereum or $167,000. And then number 2, 3, 4, and 5th place are all CryptoPunks. Then in number 6, we've got a Fidenza number 25 from Artblock selling at 70 ETH, which is 129,000. And then 7, 9, and 7 and 9 is CryptoPunks, and 8 and 10 are Bored Apes. So we're definitely seeing even the top sales are a lot lower than they have been. And if we just have a look here at what's happening with NFT floor prices, Bored Ape Yacht Club sitting at 45 ETH, Azuki sitting at 16.5, Mutant Ape sitting at 9.2, Beans sitting at 1.3, CryptoPunks at 49.5 Ethereum. DeGods had a really nice climb all the way to 10 from 8. They're now sitting at 9.4. We're going to talk about DeGods in today's show. We got the Captains sitting steady at 8.7. We've got Pepin sitting at 0.7, Pudgy Penguins at 4.3, Bored Ape Kennel Club at 4, Milady at 2.8. MFers making noise. I've been seeing a lot of them on my Twitter thing today. 0.7. We must see what's going on there. Big rise on the week. Other deeds just under 1 ETH, and Moonbirds at 2 Ethereum. And if we have a look here at Magic Eden and look at ordinals in the last 7 days, we got the top collection as far as trading volume goes, with 38 Bitcoin traded as Bitcoin Bear Cubs, with a floor price of 0.0045 Bitcoin. Number two, Bitcoin Frogs, which we spoke about in detail last week. If you haven't watched it, go search. I did do a separate video on it. I'm sitting at 0.04 Bitcoin. We've then got Bitcoin DeGods sitting in number third place at 1.4 Bitcoin, holding very strong. We've got Abstra Ordinals sitting at 0.895 Bitcoin floor, and so on and so forth. So that's what's happening on the NFT market.
My bad, bro. I'm setting up the iPad. I forgot to turn on the TikTok stream, so I'm just setting it up right now. I had the wrong tripod over here, so I had to
No worries.
go on a journey under my desk to find it when you were talking. What do you think about that, bro? What do you think about those projects that are up right now?
Yeah, they're all up for a reason. They doing things. They've got income streams outside of just royalties, which no longer exist. And yeah, I think they're quite bullish. Are you set up there? I like your jersey. I like your jersey.
Bro.
V Friends. Is that from VCon?
Yeah, bro. This is one of the ones at VCon. And if you, honestly, for people who, if you go to VCon again, guys, if you go to any kind of Gary V type of event, make sure if you're gonna buy anything anyway, go ahead and buy it there. Even though it's gonna be kind of expensive, you will not be able to get on the secondary. I swear to God, I can't find anything on the secondary for less than 5x what it was being sold for at the place. And like, for example, if you were like, oh, I'll just pick one up, I'm sure someone will just like list it. But like, bro, they're either not listing it or they're listing it at an unbelievably expensive price. So guys, just shout out for like the alpha for any V Friends event. The hype is real around that event. Like maybe if you're going to wait 6 months, you might be able to get one for cheaper, but people aren't really listing them unless they can get a pretty solid return. I just saw Devin's response. He said 18K before he starts investing into Bitcoin. What do you think about that, Philip? 18K?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's hard to know for sure, but with everything that's going on, it's definitely possible. But as I say, Bitcoin, if you've currently got money on Solana, let's just say, or any of these, Matic, any of them that may be a token, and you want to keep it in crypto, you're a crypto maxi, you've really got two options. You've got Bitcoin or ETH. Now, ETH could be termed a security. They haven't yet, but they could be, arguably. There's probably a small chance, but they could be, whereas Bitcoin probably can't. So you might actually see a bit of a rise in Bitcoin after all of this. So you'll see all the alts bleeding. And even today, you've seen the alts going down 20%, but you've got Bitcoin down 3 or 4%. So people might return to safety, which is Bitcoin, as far in the crypto world. Other guys might just be, look, I'm going to put it into USD. I've heard that they're going after Tether as well, USDT. So just be really careful. I mean, you should just self-custody everything. Like we've always said, you should not be holding anything on any exchange if you don't need to. Put it on a ledger, hold it yourself, hold your own keys here, because anything could happen. But yeah, I have heard that Tether could be next. So they're definitely going after it. So, just be cautious. In times like this, rather be overcautious than undercautious, That's my advice.
Yeah, I would agree there. Yeah, I don't have too much to say though about those top projects.
Cool. Let's jump into the news. I just want to make it a little bit bigger over here.
Oh, and Devin, I just noticed. Sorry. I was just going to say real quick on the Bitcoin chart. I didn't actually pull up the chart. I just pulled up Coinbase, but there are some pretty solid imbalances here, actually, Devin. So you may be right. Like super short term, like playing these candles and stuff. Yeah. I mean, there definitely are some candles going on right now. I mean, anytime there's these kind of news events, crypto gets wild and crazy. Like I've been in Forex mode for a while because I'm trying to learn the basics of Forex because everyone around me knows Forex more. And I'm going to take that over to crypto after. But there are still like a ton of things that are in common. Like these are wild. So yeah, it's going to be a bumpy fucking ride the next few days. So.
If you're sitting there, if you know what you're doing, and you're sitting there, and look, it's high risk even if you know what you're doing, but sitting there on the 5 minute, 1 minute, 3 minute candles, there are opportunities with this sort of volatility, but you could get wrecked. I mean, the liquidations that happened in the last 24 hours are just insane. There's been huge liquidations.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I wouldn't touch this.
1 minute charts. You're like, bro, you could be in and out of a trade in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it, but I'm not experienced like that. But I guess some guys would. But long term, I don't think there's a rush to buy anything. To be quite honest, I could be wrong, but that's just my feeling. Is that you'll have time. to get possibly stronger entries than right this second. All right. So the reason that we're seeing a bit of a pump on DeGods, we got Frank coming out and saying, I don't know how to really say this, almost dead, D-id. So a new profile that you have if you own a DeGod,
Wait, did you just
here
say
it is on there.
D-id or D-I-D?
So D-E-I-D. Here it is on your screen. So
Wait.
D-I-D.
Yep.
It's almost DeGod's ID, right?
Yep.
So if you own UTs or DeGods, you'll get this ID, and they've combined their discords together. You'll be able to authenticate that you own on any of the blockchains, because remember they also have the Bitcoin DeGods, and then you'll be shown as an owner. And it's basically going to be a community together where you can follow other DeGod UTs holders. They're also saying that there's going to be a way to verify that you are a holder on Twitter coming soon, and basically just like a community where everyone can come together. They have also said that if you want updates, you can sign up. This is from their Dust Labs account. I will do a standalone video from this and put this in the description. But basically, that it's going to be a one-stop digital hub for all UTs and DeGods holders, where they can communicate with each other safely, verify that they are actually holders, or automatically follow each other on different platforms, and things like that. It's not the first to do it. I mean, Moonbirds had a very similar thing. So, alone is not, the something that's revolutionary. But again, just showing that Frank is in touch with his community. He's making it easier. He's consolidating the discords into one discord, and he wants to get the community to be able to follow each other and integrate it into Twitter and different platforms easier. If you are a holder, you now can verify easily and get in touch with other holders.
It's kind of funny how quickly like Frank will go like hard as fuck on Twitter for a few weeks, or like even just like a week, and then he'll just be like, he'll kind of like disappear and then just drop an announcement out of nowhere. It's like the same exact strategy every time. He like goes hard as fuck, goes silent, drops an announcement, kind of waits a couple days for people to debate about it, then he starts going on talking about it, and then he disappears again, and then it repeats. And it's so funny because it fucking works every time, bro.
So yeah, I think also, I mean, that might not even be intentional. It might literally be he's been working on this, and these announcements for the last week or two, and focused on that before announcing. Then he announces, now he starts working on the next thing, right?
Mm.
So we've seen the same with Yuga. They do the same thing. They sort of come up with this train of announcements, and then they go quiet for a long time, and then they come out with updates. I think it's just, might be strategically timed to some degree, but I think it's also building. I don't think this existed 2 weeks ago when he was making other announcements about other things,
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
What else, Cade, before we jump on to the next story here? How are guys doing in Twitter Spaces? You want to do a shout out there?
Yo, yeah. No, I see you in there, bro. If guys, if you're into the spaces and you want to hit that retweet button, it's bottom right. Hit that message icon. We appreciate y'all. If you're in YouTube stream, I appreciate y'all as well. I did leave a comment. I didn't realize if I leave a comment here in the StreamYard that it only shows up on my YouTube stream. But there's a few of y'all in there for sure. And I appreciate y'all being there. I do want to let y'all know that I am making a comeback in a big fat way. You guys saw the podcast kind of pause for a little bit. The sponsorship there is in the middle of like technically renegotiations, or I'm not sure what's going on there yet. So the podcast is technically on hold a little bit. I also got kind of burned out 3 months every single week, twice a week. It was actually harder than I thought. But I will be coming back for a stream in a big way. And I want to do crypto news, drama, guest speakers, trading involved in it. I have some big ideas for it. So end of year, Cade is going to be vintage Cade. 2021 bull run level shit, I think. I hope. So that's all I really say. As far as DeGods stuff, though, not too much on that.
Well, looking forward to it, Cade. If anyone can do it, you can, my friend. Yeah, man, and I'm behind you all the way.
Crypto Dreams in the he says, I'll be having the TikTok going, but I'm watching on YouTube. He's an OG king shit.
So we got Louis Vuitton coming out, and they're dropping an NFT collection that is a digital trunk that will allow you to get a physical trunk. And that physical trunk is going to allow you to get exclusive access to physical drops and things like that. So almost like a VIP program. So for real life, different Louis Vuitton events and merch and things like that, you are gonna want this trunk. So if you're one of those guys that walk around with your Louis Vuitton bag and Louis Vuitton purse and Louis Vuitton umbrella, then you
Bro,
want
I
to
know.
know about this. It's
And I know
gonna be a
rolling around with his Louis Vuitton bag, bro. I know it.
it's going to be a soul-bound NFT. It's going to cost $39,000. $39,000.
Mm.
I was waiting for Kate to choke over there.
Oh
And
my!
there's
Wait,
only going to
what?
be a supply of a few hundred. The treasure trunks will also get a physical Louis Vuitton trunk and ongoing key drops that will unlock exclusive products and experiences.
Okay.
Okay. You can only sign up for everyone that's got $40,000 that they want to drop here. You can only sign up from supporter countries, including the US, Canada, France, UK, Germany, Japan, and Australia. However, with a VPN, you can sign up from anywhere. And this is basically then moving in to NFTs themselves in a big way. And their MD came out and he said, look, we're not going to be selling $100 NFTs. We're not interested whatsoever. We're a luxury brand. People pay $20,000 for our physical trunks. And here we're going to be giving a select number of our top clients the ability to buy this NFT, get the physical limited edition trunk that's going to be worth an absolute fortune, like all of their limited edition stuff is, but further to be able to get future keys that are going to allow you to get access to our merch and things like that that no one else can get access to.
Dude, so I recognized the story because I had yesterday screenshotted a bunch of things from the announcement because I was going to make a video on it. I did not see the part about it being $39,000. Oh my God. What is in that chest? Like,
you're going to get a physical one as well for that chest alone. I mean, a physical chest, like proper trunk from Louis Vuitton. Bro, that handbag that this lady is holding is probably $4,000. The one that you're looking at on your screen.
$40,000 though.
Yeah, it's a trunk. It's a lot bigger than a handbag.
What do you think is like, bro, 40,000?
It's Louis Vuitton.
No,
so you got the physical trunk. So that's worth, I would say, and again, I mean, look, I'm no expert on this stuff, but I would say 15 to 20,000. Yeah, okay, let's say $15,000. It's a trunk. It's going to be a big freaking trunk. Okay,
you're right.
And then you're also now going to get, you're going to have the digital version of the Soulband token that's going to allow you to get access to things that no one else can get access to. So that's what I'm saying. This is a very niche market. It's only for guys who love Louis Vuitton, have a fortune of money. Because let's be honest, who really wants to spend $5,000 on a purse, honestly, or a wallet or whatever it may be? But they've got a massive market. The CEO of Louis Vuitton is now the richest man in the world. I mean, it changes all the time, but he's always in the top 5. So there's definitely there's a market for the stuff, and if you would be the type of person that would buy their merch, this is incredible for you. It's an opportunity to get future stuff that no one else can get.
Oh, dude, I think the idea is great. I think this is the exact way they will all be. I think this is exactly how they should be and will be used as far as NFTs mixing with the real life. This is pretty much the way we've kind of established.
This is the way for luxury brands, yeah,
for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. This is actually sick to have that, and because it's expensive, it's on brand for them. The only difference is you get the virtual version too, and it gives you membership access essentially, and you just can't fake it. It's public. Everyone gets to see who gets it and who doesn't, who actually owns the real one. It cuts out all opportunities for, I mean, there's no way to create a derivative of this, which is like the biggest thing that they're trying to do. They're like just trying to make sure that they're remaining the Louis Vuitton, and someone can't just swoop in and be like, oh, we're the Web3 version. No one's going to buy that. This is like a way to kind of secure their position in Web3. And I just think that the way forward is now Gucci says, or the people of Gucci, the people who follow Gucci are like, yo, what the fuck? We want one of those. Why haven't y'all done this? We want this. Otherwise we're going to go buy the Louis Vuitton one. And I just think that when a couple brands hop in and out, I made a video on this a few weeks ago, you get the Gymshark effect, where Gymshark starts doing worldwide event tours. And now next thing you know, you pretty much have to be doing those if you want to compete at that level. Alpha Elite started doing it. Vanquish, I think, is another one. Like 3 or 4 different brands started doing these worldwide events. Next thing you know, it's literally a prerequisite if you're going to be selling clothes, like literally a prerequisite to have booths at these events. And I think this is exactly what's going to happen. People are going to say, we want this virtual version. We want to be able to flex it online. Dude, these Apple Vision glasses, which we're going to talk about, they all blend together. It's going to be a sick next couple of years, fam.
Yes, I agree with you. And we saw that with Nike coming into the NFT space, followed quickly by Adidas, Puma, and so on and so forth. So here we're seeing on the 14th of June, you can sign up from the 8th of June, so 2 days ago. On the 14th of June, Louis Vuitton will invite selected registrants to learn more about the world of VR through a private webpage, followed by an invitation on the 16th of June to purchase their VR treasure trunk using cryptocurrency or fiat on a dedicated website. Later on, holders will receive a made-to-order physical twin of their trunk. First offered more than 160 years ago, Louis Vuitton trunks can cost tens of thousands of dollars. They're getting access to VA in other ways. As holders, you cannot sell or give it to another person. So they don't want this to be for a
Right.
trading opportunity. They really want their most loyal clients to be the ones who end up buying this for the intention of holding it. So they don't want flipping. This is not about them getting loyalties. You also can't return the treasure trunk. Okay, you'll be able to periodically buy bespoke keys.
Mhm.
So that implies that you'll have to pay again after this. So first of all, this gets you a physical trunk and a soul-bound trunk. The soul-bound trunk will allow you to buy keys going forward that
Mhm.
will unlock access to additional products, the first of which will be available mid-June. So that's soon, and revealed only to those trunk holders who have purchased the corresponding key. Some of the new products will be custom to each trunk owner, which is huge. So
Mhm.
you could get a one-of-one Louis Vuitton product, which really can have amazing value.
That would be
And
insane.
others will be new products, which will include a record of ownership and proof of authenticity on the blockchain. While you can't sell the original trunks, you can sell future items that you acquire within the ecosystem via the key. So the actual trunk soul-bound token cannot be sold, but if you then buy a key and then get something digital, you will be able to sell that digital thing. So it's just the original trunk that cannot be sold.
Mhm.
And again, it's just you can see a lot of thought has gone into it, and I can sort of even imagine the boardroom there with the marketing guy saying, "Look, we're not going to be selling $100 items. That's not who we are. This can be a loyalty program for our most loyal customers."
Right. Yeah, man. I think it's cool. I really like it. I think everyone can do a different style. I think this makes way more sense for Louis Vuitton. There might be a time where it's necessary to expand the brand in a different way, like where there's levels of Louis Vuitton's stature, and like you break through the levels kind of thing. You get like a volume one where there's like 50,000, like anyone can get these. They're not really expensive. There's versions that are really expensive. Like I think something like that where there's levels of the luxury, but I don't know if they need to, so they may not do it. It sort of just depends on like the trends. Like if the trend becomes people are doing that, then they're gonna have no choice but to probably follow suit to stay on top of all the trends. But I like this, dude.
But remember, we've seen this before. I mean, remember Tiffany did that necklace with Bored Ape Yacht Club. Those also cost about $50,000. And we also saw Murakami did with Hublot. We spoke about it, the watchmaker.
Mhm.
They did watches that were $50,000. And a Hublot watch usually goes for $50,000. So it's not the first time, but it is just nice to see them doing it their own way. And for all you LVHM fans out there, go onto their site and register. The time is now.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Cool. And then we've got an update here from Bored Ape Yacht Club. A very small update, but basically letting us know that they're moving into the next stage of the summoning. And we don't really need sound for this, to be honest. Let's turn it off. So it's showing a bone, and the bone turns into like a beer type thing, maybe some potion in it. And this corresponded with their launching of their third comic, right? Which is the next stage of it. Remember, that was the beer that featured, and now you can see the heavy metals guys coming into it. And this is really the next stage of their thing, the summersing. And we did see quite a rise in the floor price. Mutants went up about 1.5 ETH on this
Wow.
announcement a few days ago. They've since sort of come back. Dogs also went up. You saw they're sitting at 4 ETH now. They were sitting at 3 ETH. because they were featured quite heavily in this. So it's just them building out their lure. It's a different style to their usual videos. I prefer the usual sort of more animated ones. This one seems a bit more, I think it's comic book like because it was launched via their comic book. Um, but yeah, we're just seeing that they're starting to hint at the next stage of the summer zing that's going to come. That's going to come.
Shit, bro. I don't know who's gonna read it, but I mean, I'm down. I'm down to watch that. I'm probably not gonna read it though. Like I don't have any interest in it. I don't know who would, but like other than like maybe 5% of the Bored Ape Yacht Club holders would maybe read that. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Making one exclusively.
It's the third. Well, it's the third comics that they've done. They're just their sort of way of communicating what's happening next. It's the third one, and obviously it's for their core fan base, but it's just their way of teasing out what's happening next. At times, it's one of their sort of techniques that they use. So
You
it's
read?
not like a physical comic book.
Okay.
No,
I didn't know if it was like a pudgy. Like I like the idea of pudgy penguins, the way they're building their brand. 'Cause it's not about the penguins. It's about like what the penguins are about. Where it's like sometimes when I look at the Yuga stuff, it's like about just being Yuga. And I just don't think that's good enough for a brand. You know, I feel like it has to be something that's not specifically the brand. Like kind of how Joy Age is about representing rolling dice on yourself, and then the same with like Pudgy Penguins represents mental health and doing better. And you can see that through their Instagram, through their content, like the message they're trying to convey. Like what have you seen that
Bored
Yuga
Ape is
side?
like an exclusive. It's like being part of an exclusive club. I mean, that's the basic idea of it. And there's a market for that. I mean, you've got exclusive clubs all over the world where people pay like tens of thousands of dollars a year to be a member of that club,
Mm.
and the networking effect is really where the value comes in. So it's a different approach, but they've been quiet for quite a while. So nice to see that
True.
something was announced, even though it's not like always. It's not a full announcement
Mm.
actually. It's just sort of a teasing that they haven't forgotten, and the summer zing is coming.
Yeah. Yeah. True. True.
But this next story is very bullish, bro, because this is Mercedes-Benz. Look, we're not judging this by floor price. So this collection recently launched. Let's just go on here first. So don't know if you've heard about this, Kate. So Merck came out. They created a separate Twitter for
Mhm.
their NFT. So you and I have had this conversation before. We're much more bullish when they launch their NFT on their main collection, right?
Right.
On their main profile. This is a sort of like they're not fully behind it. We saw Porsche did the same thing. It didn't bode so well for them. So they've come out with this. They were able to sell out 1,000 units pretty quickly. And it started off, it went 2x the floor price, the mint price. I think the mint price was zero point 0.2. It went to about 0.4, and it's now sitting under the mint price at 0.13 or so, which
Mm.
we'll go look at now. But basically, you can once you mint it, you can claim your fingerprints on their website. And they're trying a different approach. I mean, if you jump onto the website over here, so it's their first inaugural collection. It's called Maschine. They teamed up with renowned artist Harm van den Dorpel and
Mm.
Fingerprints DAO, a prestigious group of art collectors. Generative art collection explores themes of motion, velocity, and perception. Masculine was minted on the 7th of June via Dutch auction. Discover what it's all about on this
Mm.
page. And you can scroll down and see more about the artist. So very different to how Porsche did it. They're launching it as actually an art
Yeah.
um, project, which is quite interesting because if you think about it from many levels, a car is a piece of art, designing it and all of that. Um, so yeah, I mean, they're going to say here that they chose motion, velocity, and perception as the core themes. Each of the 1,000 unique artworks depicts a mesmerizing, radical pattern of complex and constantly changing illusions that occur when certain objects spin and accelerate. This is inspired by the so-called wagon wheel effect, by which spoke wheels appear to rotate in a way that seemingly contrasts with their true speed and direction. So I don't know if you've seen those rims that spin sort of the opposite way to the car. As part of the process, they created and trained a neutral network to identify and select generated outputs in line with his own artistic preferences. While not new to using AI in his work, this is the first time that he uses a common neural network. So yeah, they're doing something different over here,
Cool.
and yeah, good to see it. So I wanted to jump onto the OpenSea just to show you.
Are they
So
already
here,
claimed? Like, are these claims the ones that are sitting at 0.13 or 0.16? Like, have they already claimed the fingerprint? Is there a way to know?
it must be. I'll just have a look here and see if this one's even moving.
So I hate to buy that and literally not even be able to, like use it. You know, you're like, ah, damn, the guy already secured his fingerprint and then just resold it for a fucking unknowing
So
person.
look how cool. I mean, they're all different, but there's movements and things inside of it. I just like to see guys doing something different. So you see the floor has come back slightly, sitting
Yeah.
at 0.16. I'm just looking here if it shows whether it's got been claimed or not. So levels will probably tell you. I know that's the amount of it.
Yeah.
Details. Yeah, so you can see mint price was 0.27. It was a Dutch auction there. It went all the way. Oh, let's just refresh this page. But you see, when you start to see people accepting WETH offers, that's when you know. And there hasn't been a sale in the last 12 hours, so it's definitely going to drop a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, in the olden days, this would really have done well. I mean, it's Merck, they're doing it their own way. You'll see the average floor price here, 0.31, so it wasn't really a full 2x. And
Bro, they
then
would
it's
have if that was their
slowly
main
been
account.
dropping.
If their main account had, they would have had way more volume.
Yeah. I
A
mean,
lot
I
more.
didn't even know about this until after mint, eh?
I didn't know about it. So you brought it up.
So I agree with you. I think that's, again, it's such a pity. If we go to Mercedes-Benz, I mean, what do you guess? I would say 5 million followers, maybe less.
Yeah.
What do you
Gotta be.
think?
Gotta be. It's clear right there. It's right there on in their bio. Mercedes Benz.
Oh, sorry. But they got lots of sub accounts there.
Damn, bro.
4 million. I was close.
Damn,
I
bro.
was
They only
close,
follow
and
300 people. I wonder who they follow.
yeah. I want to see here if they've said anything about the NFT here.
I doubt it, dude. I doubt it.
That's
not
the
their target
problem.
audience, bro. Their target audience isn't the people who follow their car, like their. Well, I guess it could be. I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how car brands do online. I don't know how big brands that are cars, what their target audience is.
Look, I've got a Merc and a beautiful Merc. I've never followed them on Twitter. I've never even looked at their Twitter page. I go into the dealership and
Bro,
yeah,
ain't no way that's real. There's no way they actually have 4 million followers.
I think they
2.5
do,
million,
bro.
bro.
Nah, I don't think so.
4
The other thing is,
million people follow Mercedes-Benz Twitter page, bro? No way. What is their Instagram?
yeah,
I would believe their Instagram, maybe.
you go look at their Instagram.
That's a lot more believable than
just Mercedes-Benz USA has got 1 million followers, bro.
Bro, a million. Bro, I don't believe it.
Just USA.
Bro, I just
Then
don't
you got the rest of the world.
Bro, you walk on the street right now and you ask 100 people if they have a Twitter account or if they've used Twitter in the last 5 years. I bet 8 out of 10 would say no. 8 out of 10.
How many Twitter users are there?
Bro, like 10.
I'm checking on Twitter. Are you looking at the Instagram page?
Let's compare Twitter to Instagram. So
you need to find the Instagram page. I'm looking at the Twitter. So total users at Twitter in 2023, 353 million users, they say. So even if they exaggerating that like double, they've got 175 million users.
all right, well, 175 million?
They're saying 330 million. I'm saying even if you half that,
Oh,
because let's say you've got 2 accounts or whatever, and that's monthly active users, they're saying. That's what they're claiming.
bro, Instagram has 1.4 billion. So
Okay,
let me check out their Instagram real quick.
Have a look at the Instagram. So in theory, Instagram has got 4 times as much. So you would expect 20 million people to be following their Instagram to keep it consistent, which is a lot. Let's see. If you got 20 million followers, what shit are you looking at?
37 million, bro. Damn. I guess that maybe is right.
Yeah.
37 million, bro. That also sounds fake, bro.
That's a lot.
Bro, they're barely getting...
It's Mercedes-Benz, you schmuck. People love it. It's a huge brand.
Let's see these numbers. Real quick. Okay, you know what? Maybe it is true. 37 million, bro? Jeez.
Yeah, which is consistent with having a 4 million Twitter page, right?
Damn, bro. They can't even hold a 2x on their floor price? And they need to hire
and the collection's small, eh?
Bro, if that's all they can do, they should just start hiring random influencers like us. If that's all they can do,
Yeah,
we could easily do
we're
the
not
exact.
random. I would have helped them definitely to stay above mid price for sure. And that's only 1,000 collection, hey? I would understand if it was less than that, but that's only 1,000 collection.
That's some sad shit,
Crazy.
bro. They should definitely hire
Yeah.
us for a 12th of the
Well,
price. Um,
of
Damn.
whatever they paid.
Didn't even do anything, bro. Imagine getting paid to do literally nothing. They could have done that without a marketer. They could have held that
Well,
exact same.
they've done a bit. I like the artist approach. I like it being an art project. They haven't done nothing, but yeah, I mean, definitely interesting. Have you heard of a guy called Superman?
Have.
Okay, so Warner Brothers is going to release the 1978 Superman movie as an NFT.
Oh,
So you're going to have two different options over here. You can either get a standard edition NFT at $30, and that will give you a location-based menu and special features of that 1970 whatever movie, and as well as behind the scene still shots. And then you get the premium edition, which is $100, and that will give you three different variations: truth, justice, and hope, different illustrations of Christopher Reeves from the DC artists, and an interactive menu, as well as three versions of the feature film. So for all those Superman fans out there, this is quite cool. There's a hang of a lot of people, your friend Philip included, that collects Superman merchandise. Behind me on my shoulder over here is a really cool sidekick comic. Let me just show you. You'll have to do that. Standing up there, oh, more there. There he
hey, I
is.
see it. I see it.
He's tall and his sidekicks. I mean, that's a sideshow. A really, really expensive and cool model. But I mean, a lot of people, bro, in the world, a lot
Yeah.
of people collect this stuff. Well, how cool you can get, different illustrations, behind the scenes stuff from the 1978 Superman movie. I think again, it's just showing guys are starting to think outside the box over here. As far as how they can deliver value, and it's all unique to them. So Superman, Warner Brothers, knowing that Superman's a collectible, that people are out there collecting it, they dropping this very affordable. And I do think for a collector, it's a no-brainer. It's something that you definitely want to be a part of.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's pretty fucking fire. I think you're right. I mean, I wouldn't collect one just for like for the move. I guess I would collect if it was for like specific items, but if it's just to own a piece of the movie, I'm not sure if that I think for casual collectors, maybe they wouldn't, but for the diehards, I think they would probably be super down because these honestly the VV style NFTs did way better than I thought they ever would do. And I honestly slept on them so hard because I honestly didn't have enough time to like add that to the plate of things I was researching. But those NFTs are just have a way stronger audience than I ever thought. Like that's actually a really good place to go. I feel like they're almost more liquid than the PFPs because there's kind of just always collectors looking around for them. There may not be a collector for looking for your specific PFP though.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, these guys are struggling now that people aren't buying DVDs anymore. Everything's
Yeah.
being streamed, and this is potentially a way to build an income stream. I mean, they're going to be giving you this movie in 4K Ultra HD, so it's not like they're just giving you the old version. They have recreated the version from then in 4K.
Mm.
And you're going to get extra stuff from DC artists, which always has some value to it. And it's available for a limited time, so it's one of those things that for a collector, it's got all the ingredients of being something that should be good in their collection as far as increasing in value, being cool to own. Imagine you've only ever seen the video in low resolution. You've now got the HD version as well as all the backgrounds, extra art. I mean, it's just cool. I think it's really, really cool.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I would love to know if anyone in the chat or in spaces. If you guys also, if you enjoy the conversation, hit that retweet button, bottom right corner. It's a message icon with the number 2 next to it. It's purple or white. Hit that if you're in spaces and you're enjoying it. If you're in Twitter video stream, hit like, retweet. If you're in YouTube, hit that like button. But I would love to know from people who are watching if you guys are buying these Superman NFTs. If you guys have ever bought on VV, I've only bought a couple of things on VV. I had like an airdrop, I think, that I qualified for, so I ended up making an account. Haven't really traded though. Would love to know if that's something you guys are on because I should probably know more about that world.
For sure. I think Vivi got closed down, and there was a whole thing where you couldn't
Oh,
withdraw, and I don't know
really?
if they come back or not. Yeah, but that was quite a while ago. it's worth maybe checking out. Kate, in the background, you can let us know. Yeah, the other thing is also if you're on LinkedIn or Facebook, thank you for joining us. Kate left those out. So now I think, Kate, this is my most exciting story of the night.
Oh
It's
boy.
also our last one, which means after this we can talk about Life Alpha if you want. Also, anyone who is watching on any channel, if you've got any questions, please feel free to start asking them now in the chats. So whether it be on Twitter Spaces, you can type your question or raise your hand. On YouTube, you can type it in the comments. We'll check both Kate and my YouTube. But we're going to be talking about this Apple launch, right? So it came out and it started. I don't know if you watched it, Kate, but it was very, very bullish. It just seemed intuitive. Yes, they're big. They are big. They are clunky, but we've got to take this for what it is. I mean, it's the first version of this, right? It's going to adapt as far as time goes. If you look at the first cell phones, they're exactly the same. Bigger. They still look futuristic at these, but at the time, so did the cell phone. And the event was really quite amazing. It showed that when you're wearing it, they're actually see-through glasses that you can still see around you. So you'll still be able to see your child talking to you. You'll still be able to see your wife and so on and so forth. But then in front of you, you'll also have the information that you want. And they really did a great, and I would show you, but if I play the video, I'm definitely going to get a copyright. But they showed you different examples of how it would be used. And it really looked intuitive. It really looked amazing.
Mhm.
The only negative was when the price was announced and you heard an audible like shock in the audience, right? So the starting price is $3,500, which could you could either get 10 Apple virtual reality glasses or one Louis Vuitton trunk. You
Mhm.
can choose. So that doesn't sound so expensive after our Louis Vuitton article, but there was a notable sort of shock at the price. Now, obviously, a huge amount of technology has gone into this. While the presentation was going on, the Apple stock went up, the Apple share price. Then, when the price was announced, you saw the Apple share price drop about 1%. But again, I do think that the amount of like literally billions of dollars that have gone into getting to this point, they've got to start recovering it. Apple have always been quite expensive. I mean, their cell phones, their AirPods, everything is
Yep.
expensive. And for what you're getting, it's quite amazing. And here's some of the stills from that. You can see the guy sitting in his living room with his fireplace in front of him. That's all real. But then you can also see his icons that he chooses to see. Um, when he's watching, he'll be able to watch in panorama mode so that it could be a TV that you don't even need a TV in front of you. You can play games on it.
Yeah.
You'll be able to have meetings with people, whether it be business meetings or personal meetings. But they really launched it mostly as like the way they presented it was a lifestyle device, not really a work device.
Mm.
It was more like at the home, you'll be wearing this. At the office, you'll be wearing this. This will
Right.
be a normal part of your life. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's my feeling on it. I think overall, I mean, just to sum up my feeling on it, I think it's really bullish and we're heading in the right direction. This is the first version of it. But I definitely think the concept of being able to have immediate access to things without having to go through a device like your phone or whatever, but to be able to do it instantly in front of you intuitively is definitely the future. Are they going to be this big and clunky, and are you going to have to wear something all day, in 20 years? Probably not. But this is the first iteration, and I think this is incredibly bullish for our space in general, for Web3 in general, and I think it's great. I think it's really a great innovation.
Yeah, I actually made a video on this yesterday. I also, if you should let me share my screen. There's there's a Netflix video I want people to know about because it's basically this. It's on Black Mirror. All right, guys. So if you have Netflix account, go to Black Mirror, go to season 3, and watch Nosedive. This is literally what's going to happen. Essentially, instead of having these goggles that are heavy, clunky, only last 2 hours, they're made of glass. These are clearly going to move into something closer to like eyeglasses or contacts or something. And I can't show it here because Netflix actually doesn't allow it to play when there's any kind of stream or recording going on because of like copyright things. It'll just be a blank screen. However, you're just looking at people on the street and you'll be able to see their Instagram pop up if they have it public. You'll be like, oh, I know that person. Like I have like 15 mutuals with this random person in line at Subway. Maybe I should go talk to him and see what they're about real quick. In this scene, there's a scene I wanted to pull up, but I couldn't. There's a scene where she runs into someone in the elevator and knows them, but like can't quite remember who they are. So they quickly just pull out their like little device thing in their hand and they're like scrolling really quick through their stuff. And they're like, oh, right, they did this last week. They were here. You get like a quick little update instead of just being like, oh, yeah, like how's it going? And so in that sense, I think it could be like potentially net positive. I think it definitely, I see Crypto Dream saying I would never get these because they would destroy my real life relationships. I think maybe they wouldn't destroy it. It would just be one of those things
But
that, like,
you're on your phone anyway. You're
Yeah.
lying next to each other in bed and you both got your phone, you're both catching up.
Exactly.
You know, anyway.
It's a
It'll
decision
just
to
be
be present or not to be present.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I do think when you're having supper, you'll take them off. Just like, you know, we've got a rule that there's no phones at the table, and things like that. But I don't think it will destroy relationships.
It would be the same, dude. I mean, there's no difference between this and the phone. It's just that's more immersive than the phone, you know. And I think in this, I don't know if I need to play this TikTok because it's basically the exact same thing.
Oh, here's some of it.
Yeah, dude, that's cool as fuck. I don't know why people are saying this isn't cool. It's cool as fuck. It's just clunky right now. Bro. And when it's convenient, bro, convenience will always win out. Convenience will always win at the end of the day. There's no way to avoid it. I like easy shit sometimes to make my life better and easier. And bro, there was actually, wait. Let me share my screen one more time, Philip, when that's over. I want to show everyone I want to direct everyone to a podcast that everybody should watch because it has everything to do with artificial intelligence, the metaverse, and all the things coming up. It is on.
Look, you can still see your kid. And you'll be able to choose, do you want it to be opaque? But I think it's so cool, bro. It's your TV. You won't need an actual TV. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you can make it non-transparent where you can't see through it when you don't want to see other people and other things. You can look through your photos, your videos. You'll be able to just sort of pinch for those on Twitter Spaces. Yep. He's just sort of moving his fingers to control it. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing.
It does, bro.
Let me share Kate's.
Also,
Kate's screen.
Before I talk about this, my friend, I forget who it was, but they have it's Chris Cowabunga. So if you guys know Chris or Cowabunga on Twitter, he has a pair of sunglasses, normal sunglasses, but they have audio on the backs where they rest on your ears, and it plays music down into your ears, basically. There's no headphones, and I thought, and like that shit is crazy to me. You can also take photos with the glasses and record. So it's literally like futuristic tech, and I was just like, bro, these things weigh like nothing. This.
You use your fingers, but you can also use arm movements and things like that, and you can train it how to use it. So there's no control for it. It's not like your cell phone's going to be used. It's not like your watch when you need your cell phone. It's its own device in and of itself, which is quite incredible. Yes, it can sync with your normal accounts, but it's quite amazing, really.
Bro, also think about this shit. You know how gamers were losers a few years ago, and now they're the coolest people ever? Dude.
Yeah.
Not to start a whole fucking controversy here, but what this does for the amount of disabled people to put them back, you know, on the board in quotes, I think fucking like, bro, people who couldn't do what they wanted to do in the world because the way it's set up right now, like for example, something like stairs being everywhere but not having like ramps for everywhere. It's like one of those things, like it's not made for a person on a wheelchair. The world's made for like the average person who can walk and, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When we get to a world where anyone who can move their eye can now operate in the world just the same as someone who's completely not disabled, bro, the levels of everything get fucked, completely just thrown out the window. It's going to be an entirely different world. And I'm very excited about that because I think it's a very interesting topic. And TV sales on the sharp decline after the.
But it's true, bro. You don't need a TV, and you got a movie theater size TV.
Easy,
it's like 100%. It's incredible, and I have no doubt it's like HD, whatever you want. I mean, it really is unbelievable.
Yeah, will you go to my screen? I was going to show the so guys, this episode here, obviously 3.3 million views, one of his top viewed podcasts in a while. Also, the first episode with him was their most shared episode ever. So this guy is a beast, Mo Gaudat. He sort of like broke down happiness in a way where no one else could, and so he's a very like reputable person. He used to work at Google. He's like He's got crazy stories. So if you end up liking this podcast, I encourage you to like check out his life story. However, he's like an expert, like the one person you want to be talking about AI and the future of all this shit, this futuristic tech. He goes on there and brings a totally different perspective. I don't know if I agree with his children perspective about but not bringing people into this world. I don't know if I agree with that, but he has some really interesting points that I don't think most people would think about because of his experience working in this industry for so long. So if you guys want something to watch, some 2-hour entertainment, definitely don't come here first. Come to the Joyish Kingdom and to Phil's Web3 Show YouTube channel first, and then after that, come out here and watch this video.
For sure. I want to show you a few other things. So definitely some negatives about this that we saw was the battery life, which is a negative for everything. That's Apple. And then they say they've got a separate battery pack that's even more clunky. That honestly, guys aren't going to want to wear. Obviously, the price. The design, I mean, it's not really something. In the beginning, it's going to be, like you said, very nerdy before, some level of it comes down and it becomes normal. And yeah, I mean, is the average person out there going to spend $3,500 on this type of thing? I was the same. Look, I said the same thing when it came to Apple Watch, and I said the same thing when it came to Apple iPad. Why would you need one? And now I have both of those things, numerous iPads around the freaking house, or the children have, and whatever. So I definitely think that it's one that for the future is going to be great. They created their own operating system called Vision OS completely from the ground up, which is a brand new operating system specifically for this. So, they're not just resting on their laurels and saying, we're Apple, buy this. They really are trying to make this something that is going to be incredible. But look, it's the first version of it. So I think we've got to prepare ourselves for, before mass adoption, a good couple of models later, like we saw with the Apple Watch. It's taken a while. And even now, there's a lot of people that, have never even considered wanting to get one,
No, I'm very, very excited about that. I'm scared about the future, but I'm equally as excited. I see Crypto Dream saying my baby's due less than a month. Crypto Dream been busy, bro. If anyone's talking shit about Crypto Dream, he's been fucking busy, clearly. All right, so give him some slack here. And he disagrees on the baby too. I'm with you.
That's why he doesn't need to get the Apple Vision Pro, because if he had TV, he wouldn't be able to make babies anymore. It would mess up his home life, So if you look here at the Apple Vision Pro, made of aluminium and glass, it contains 12 cameras, bro, 5 sensors, and a 4K display for each eye. It's adjustable to fit different head sizes. Battery life is what I was saying, 2 hours, which is really shit. And the headset can be connected to an external power source, but 2 hours is a joke. I mean, if you're picturing this to be something that you really use all day, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not great. TV and gaming content will be available, and it will be in some exclusive content from Disney as well. Completely AR enabled and lets you project 3D images onto real spaces, and you can record 180-degree video content with the 3D camera inside of it, which would be really cool, almost like a GoPro, that you'll be able to record it. So yeah, man, I mean, a great story, bro. Very, very good.
Yo, check out this stuff, bro. So yours came, whichever one you got, I forget which one it was, but it's in the box.
Superman.
Other things. Yeah, you got that one. That's in the box upstairs, so it's safe with the other stuff. But these came in the mail, guys. So I got the Pudgy Penguin like plush size, which is cute. The top comes off partially, doesn't come off all the way. But you can see like the original Pudgy Penguin head. It's cute as fuck, dude.
That's cool.
So cute. And so I love this little guy. I'm gonna keep him in his box. I think it's kind of cool to have.
Is my Superman one the same size?
No. It's smaller.
Oh,
I think it's closer to the other size. I think it's closer to, because I don't think it's a plush, the one you got.
I think it is. My Superman Pudgy.
I don't know. Maybe it was the same size, actually. I can't remember. It was a few days ago. This is the other. I have 2 of these. This is the one I'm giving away, guys. So in the next podcast I do, interview with myself, I'll be talking about the last like 4 months of my life and the depression I fucking went through and all this shit. I'm going to be giving away one of these Pudgy Penguins unopened. I will say, not the best delivery. Like I saw this actually a few times on Twitter about they came in, they're like broken, the box is bent and shit like that. I also was this. Yeah, I kind of experienced that. The box was kind of like in not great shape. Like if I was trying to sell this as a mint box, I couldn't. because it's not exactly like there's a fucking smudge right here. There's like a tear right here. And
Also,
so
I didn't like the plush that it doesn't have a cover. So if you just go to the big plush, I mean, it can get dirty in storage or something like that. The big plush that you had,
no, it comes in a bag.
oh, did it come sort of covered? So you've
Yeah,
opened yours.
it's not gonna no, the plush is good. The plush is gonna be fine.
Okay. All right.
However, also this, you get these certificates in each one, which I absolutely love. Can I get it to not be bright? It looks,
There we go.
love it, dude. It's beautiful and it's high quality. You get to sign it. You'd be like, you are the owner of this. This is like your forever adoption certificate. I think it's cute as fuck. I think it's a really good touch. Adds a whole lot to the toy, in my opinion.
And what else did we buy? We bought V Friends. Where's our V Friends?
It's up. All your stuff is in a small box upstairs. That way I don't lose any of it.
You better get a bigger box because we keep buying in real life.
Bro? Nah, bro, you're cut off. Nah, I'm cutting Philip off. We're apparently shoes are eventually gonna get delivered to me in the next like 5 years.
I'm waiting for Nike. Yeah, I'm waiting for them, man.
Yo, before we move on, I was gonna say one of my friends who lives here in Seattle, a content creator as well. They were thinking about moving slightly out of the city, which I don't want to do. I love the city. I want to stay in the city. However, one thing that would get me away from the city is a content creator house. I've always wanted to try that. I don't know if they'll work, but I've always said if I get the opportunity, I'll probably take it. And so there's a chance I move into like a house in Seattle and have like a content creator house in the next few months here. So that'd be pretty exciting shit. And oh shit, Crypto Dream's birthday's tomorrow, bro.
Hold on, wait. I got something for this. Hold on.
You guys happy birthday?
Wait.
What was that?
I don't know.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Here we go. You. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Crypto Dream.
Happy birthday to
you.
Bro, me and Philip were like 2 seconds apart on that whole song. Happy 31st, bro. That's so cool that your baby's going to come in less than a month. That's going to be an exciting month for you, bro.
Yeah, busy.
Huge W.
I think it's his number 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude,
Crypto Dream.
I'm telling you, bro. Bro is busy.
Just tell us, is it number 3? I think it's number 3. I'm pretty sure, but we'll have to hear.
Damn, bro.
He'll tell us over now. There's a bit of a
Crypto Dream has all the bedtime alpha, bro. I don't got that alpha.
What did you think about all my birthday stuff there? I thought that was quite impressive, man.
Oh, it was. I mean, I thought I did not even know you could do that.
Yeah, man.
Daughter. Damn, Crypto Dream. Yeah. You ain't got one son, bro? Oh, that's why he's
I was right.
He wants to keep going until he gets that son.
See, I've got 3 boys. So I said to Crypto Dream, we've got to swap each other's recipes. I'll teach him how to make boys if he can teach me how to make girls.
Like, what if you guys have opposite favorite positions and that's the reason why?
Man, there's actually a lot of technical stuff out there. I mean,
really?
There's a lot of technical stuff out there. It depends, apparently. I mean, no one knows for sure, but it depends on, first of all, the time that she gets pregnant. So compared to her cycle. Okay. The time of the month compared to her cycle when she gets pregnant. There's other theories that say it depends how long since the last time you've been intimate together. There's a whole lot of stuff. I don't think anyone knows anything, but bottom line is it's called God, and that's what it's meant to be. Yeah. But you definitely see some families where there's like quite an equal mix of boys and girls, and then you see some where there's only boys or only girls. So I don't know. Interesting stuff. But I think I must be honest. I mean, I think Bianca and I are finished. I mean, 3 boys. We're quite content. I'm 40 this year. I think we're done. We brood.
Yo, I don't know if we can let Philip just quit like that, guys. Let's get another kid out here, bro. Let's pump another kid into this world, bro.
Yeah. Look, we tried quite soon after Raf and show. We had a miscarriage and. It was traumatic and all the rest, but now RAF 7, we out of diapers, bro. I'm not going back to those sleepless nights. Once you're in it, it's fine. Get them out there. Have them get it out there. But I mean, once you're out of those stages, to go back is not easy, you know.
I feel you. I mean, I don't feel.
Yeah, Crypto Dream's saying He might be able to convince his
Ah,
wife or
damn.
so Crypto Dream, my suggestion would be don't bring anything up for at least the next 6 months. Like, let's have the third and let's give the missus at least 5 months to emotionally and physically recover before your chances will be better than if you bring it up
You
right now.
sales pitch too, Crypto Dream. Get a sales pitch. Be like, listen, we really like for X reasons, we need to do one more thing and just fucking.
Well, you can always say three's an odd number.
Yeah.
There's always one that's left out.
Bad
You
luck.
should have four. Not bad luck. It's just the two are going to play together. The one's going to be left out.
Yeah.
You'd rather have two and two. Yeah, there's ways to convince it. But I'm done. I think I'm done. I'm not like we've been doing a lot of cleaning out stuff at the house, because we kept all the baby stuff and all the stuff like that. We'll be donating all of it. I think like we're both on the same page, but like, look, we got our beautiful bunch and we content and we got our hands full. In the beginning, they just need to be fed and stuff and changed and put to bed. Now they need emotional guidance and stuff like that and homework and busy. Bianca, bro, I'm telling you, I come home at 5:30 p.m. I mean, it depends, but usually, and Bianca's still doing homework with them. I mean, and you got three, so the one's doing great, whatever homework the other's doing great, whatever homework it never ends. But Bianca's very learning everything again now, so she's getting really good at English again and maths and.
I was gonna say she's staying on top of it.
Yeah. The problem is the languages. Both Bianca and I are not great at languages. So, and we've incentivized the kids. We've said, look, if you can learn this language, because in South Africa you got Zulu and Tswana, and then at school they do Zulu and they also do Afrikaans, which is like Dutch.
What do you know?
And Bianca and I know a bit of all of it, but not very much of any of it. So we say to the kids, if you can do well in Afrikaans, or Zulu, then you guys can talk to each other. Mom and I won't know what you say. So they're like, oh, cool, Yeah.
Damn, bro, that's gonna backfire on y'all.
Yeah, no, I don't mind. Let them have their own little language.
Like, yo, let's grab Dad's ledger real quick. I heard he's got a Bored Ape on there.
Not anymore, brother. There's nothing of value left on there. Honestly,
all they wanted was a Moonbird, bro. All they wanted was a Moonbird. You couldn't even give them a Moonbird, bro. Moonbird's the most bullish project in the game.
Yeah, that's probably. I mean, what else went to 50 Ethereum from 50 to 0? I know World of Woman, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Mutants is still at 10, but like Mutants dropped a lot,
Yeah, okay, but Mutants is at 0. Like, okay, neither is Moonbirds are 2. But I'm saying, what else went from a high of I think about 40 ETH to 2? So what is that? That's 5% of the value. What else did that on the high level? World of Woman, I think, went up to about 25 Ethereum. So they did that.
What?
Yeah, they went to at least 20. Let me share my screen.
Hold on.
They went to at least 20 for sure at some stage, 100%.
World of Women got to 20 ETH. Bro, I don't remember them ever getting over 10.
I think so. Hold on.
All right, fam. Well, what do y'all think? Do y'all think they ever got to 25 ETH? I do not. I don't think they ever. I think they passed 10 slightly, but I don't think they ever got past that. Man, bro, 0.75.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, even at 10 ETH, that's almost an equivalent drop.
I thought they were still at like 1.5.
I mean, you couldn't get a World of Women Galaxy for that, let alone a World of Women. Yeah, because they've just disappeared, bro. They've stopped doing announcements. There's been nothing happening.
Here's one thing I will know, because I'm pretty close to their team. I know they've been doing a ton of in real life and slightly more like in quotes Web 2 activations, and they're showing up worldwide right now. They're doing a ton of stuff. They're just not as big on Twitter right now. And I think that might be, it's just like the season. They're like in the season of maybe raising some money, getting some VC attention and stuff like that. And
but you got to communicate that, Kate. It can't only be outsiders that, insiders that know that.
Listen, bro, I'm going to become a World of Women rep. I'm going to see if I can put them back on the board in a content way.
13 Ethereum average price.
Okay, you're right. Past that.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so 13 ETH to 0.75 is an equivalent drop. That's about 5%.
Ape got to 11. They're down like half, I think. That was pretty rough. Who else? Cryptodes, I think, is pretty, like, I almost thought about putting Cryptodes on my list just to buy them, just because, like, honestly, just because Giancarlo has them on his fucking wall. I just think they're cool. That's the only reason. Otherwise, I hate them.
Cryptodes all
I hated
time.
them in the bull run because everyone was like, Toads to 10 ETH because this. And I'm like, bro, these are stupid. Yeah.
They were 16 Ethereum.
Yeah, bro. These are
at
old.
the
These are
high.
super OG, by the way, guys. This is like August or September 2021. These were the project, and it like literally hurt me that I didn't have them, because there was this along with multiple other projects I skipped out on, and I could have literally had generational wealth, and I just like lost all of it.
Yeah, but I mean, if any of us knew what we know now, I mean, it just doesn't work like that. You could have generational wealth if you knew that about the stock market.
Yeah.
So 4 Ethereum for Subducks,
Not
currently sitting
1.5 ETH for mine.
0.08. I
Yeah,
mean, that's down more than Moonbirds from a
I ended up
percentage.
pulling it. I like Subducks because I like Frankie, and I know they've gone really quiet, but for some reason, I still think it's worth it for me to hold the Subduck. I'm not sure if I can quantify why. I just think it is. I sold my Krypton Goon yesterday, which a few of my friends saw and noted. Honestly, I just haven't seen him do anything in the last like year. So I was like, well, I mean, I love that NFT. I still even have a mold of it, but I was like, I don't even care to hold this. I'd rather just have the liquid. So I got an offer for like 0.2 ETH and flipped it.
I remember this project, Sneaky Vampire Syndicate. This was by the same artist as Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Yeah, that's the only thing going for, by the way.
ETH.
Literally the only reason people bought it.
Yeah, from 2.8 ETH. That was the average price to 0.04.
Damn, bro.
Even
that's a good time to get in though, low key. These could pump back up, bro.
Never. They're gone.
Oh, Doge. At least they're at 0.1 still, not in the single digits. I love Doge, bro. I love Doge so much.
So screwed on this one.
Bro, low key,
so screwed.
What do y'all think about this? I feel like Doge could really come back here. I think they're one of the only OGs that has a chance because of their real mainstream level of awareness that people have of Doge. I like actually think Doge Pound could make a comeback here. I love John Lennon. I think it could happen, bro. I really do. I'm not
Stranger things have happened for sure. They just took the whole approach of let's do dog shelter stuff, and they took it too literally. And 3.5 Ethereum to 0.1. That's Doge Pound.
They just need a reason for you to buy them. Like, there's something else that could work. It's just not going to be their dog like thing that they're doing. It's got to be something else. You got to lean into the meme culture. You got to get involved somehow. They're just not involved. They don't have any content coming out of it. You know, they've got a couple like shitty little iPhone videos on YouTube, but it's got to be better. I love Doge Pound. I haven't sold mine. They're not one of the ones I'd rather hold the NFT than get the liquid for it.
So I want to go all time here and have a look and I only want to do Ethereum.
Damn, bro, you hating on Utes?
Let's see what else we got. What about Bored Ape? 1 million Ethereum in since all time. Bro, is that not mad?
Bro, could you imagine if they had like 8% royalties instead of 2%? Oh,
look at this. Just look at this. CryptoPunks 1 million ETH volume. Bored Ape is number 2, 1 million ETH. Mutants number 3, 900,000 ETH. Other Deed number 4, 600,000 ETH. The top 4 collections are all owned by the same company, and they together have done 1 to 3.5 million Ethereum in volume. That's insane, bro. That's insane. Then Azuki at number 5 with 550,000 ETH in volume. Clone X, oh man, I mean, that's just, the high there was definitely 28, almost to the, I can tell you, and they're now sitting at 2.8 or 2.6 or whatever. I mean, I'm still bullish on them. I mean, I sold mine, but I'm still bullish. Well, mine got stolen and I never replaced it. That was the one I got hacked.
Oh, you lost 1X in a hack?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, bro. What was that?
It was about 5 at the time. It might be more. Might have been 8. I don't know. Bro.
That is painful.
Yeah. And I lost ETH in the same thing. They took money, actual money. 24 was the high, and they're now sitting at 2.6. So that's 10%. That's not, like, compared to the other ones, it's not too bad. Here's
How's
our
a kid called
Moonbirds.
Beast doing?
How's what?
A kid called Beast. I just saw Crypto Dream mention them. I haven't heard too much about them. I heard they had some FUD.
They never got too high, but we'll have a look. Let's have a look at Moonbirds just to make sure we're right. I mean, their
Oh, they
high
definitely
was
got to
about
40. They got to
40.
40. I don't know if their average price was 40, but they got to 40.
Well, here's 31 average price.
Yeah. Yeah, they
20,
touched
30.
40, but it was not an average price. There was only a few sales, I think. But
that was insane.
that was crazy shit. I remember when this was happening by the day. It was like 10 ETH, 20 ETH, 30 ETH, 40 ETH.
No.
What?
As they came out, there were a couple of sales at 10, 12, 13 ETH, and that same day it went all the way to 25. And it sort of never dropped under 25 until a few weeks after that.
I never thought they were going to keep going. Every time they hit a number, I was like, this is the top. And then it just like kept
and it kept going. Yeah. But that was from 25 to 35.
Oh my
or from
God.
20 to 35. A kid called Beast, activity all time over here.
2 ETH maybe? Yeah, 2 ETH. Oh shit.
Yeah. And they know at half a ETH. That's actually not too bad.
Yeah,
it's not too bad.
Did you get into that Crypto Dream? Is that what you're asking? Been advanced figuring out they might be doing okay. I think they're doing okay. I don't know if they're gonna. I think they're also gonna be. This isn't to spread FUD, but I think they're gonna be one of the projects that doesn't actually deliver anything. They just have a hype brand and they just like hop on spaces every now and then and kind of just continue the ride. They need to like do something though. They've got a good enough brand to pull something else off as far as their IP. I just don't know what they would represent that could be cool that isn't already there in the world. And the only thing they have that's different is like the fact that they're Web3, which isn't a huge positive anymore. So I honestly, from what I've seen so far, I don't know if there's too much to expect from them other than just some like fluffed, hyped announcements kind of thing. It feels like
23 ETH doodles to 2.1. I mean, everything seems to be down 90%. The old Philip would be buying everything. I mean, these look like huge discounts.
There's no reason to hold them now, bro. It's like there's no net benefit of holding
Cool Cats
anymore. Oh my God, 0.68, bro.
That's not bad. I mean, they really screwed up. That game became everything, and they just couldn't get it right.
Dude, that's why I keep hearing the same story about Cool Cats. I just feel like Cool Cats is, for some reason, I guess because they held such a prominent floor for so long, that they still hold
17
cards, bro. Like Cool Cats,
they could still do something.
Can you look at their floor real quick? I want to look at their floor NFTs and see if they don't suck. Because most of the
but just to show you, 17 Ethereum was their high, and they're now sitting at 0.7. That's similar to Moonbirds, hey?
Yeah. Here's the problem with Cool Cats: is their floor is awful, dude. Those are all ugly. Except, okay, actually,
you could build toys around this. You could build a good IP around it. I mean, but so. you typically get, it's the same as Dogepound. You're completely gambling. You're gambling on a resurrection, and what, you're going to buy 10 NFTs in the hope that one of them actually becomes something.
With Cool Cats, I think they could pull a Luca move where they get a new new CEO and everything changes. I think there's only a few projects that could happen to that could have a chance. That's why Luca chose Pudgy, because he was like, I believe that a purchase of this could revitalize them, and it did. I think there's some projects that's possible. Wait, what's going on with Only One Force? Because they're also a project that could do well. The only issue is they're up against Azuki.
No, they are doing well. They're doing really well. They were before Azuki in this.
I know they were before. They don't stand a chance against Azuki right now.
Yeah, no, remember we spoke about them twice or three times in the last couple of weeks. They've announced huge collabs and partnerships, and really they're doing very well. I called them at 0.7 3 weeks ago on the stream. So no, they're doing good. But I mean, their all-time high 6.5. Okay, so that's not too bad. That's actually one of the better ones, just because they've had such a big pump.
Fire, bro. I do fuck with them, but
something's definitely happening with the MFers. I mean, VFriends at 1.9 ETH. They also went over 20. These are the OG.
They did.
These are the OG.
Yeah, honestly, bro, after going to VCon too, like I kind of want one.
I've always said I would like a VFriends.
I need to be richer before I hold one of these.
Me too, bro.
My wallet, whatever we call them. It's gonna be a while before I hold one of those, but like I do want one at some point. It's pretty cool.
21 ETH average price.
Yeah, they are down
twice
monetarily. But dude,
Well,
honestly,
10%.
bro, honestly,
Yeah.
at VCon, I was just so surprised at the level of like hype there was around being there for the holders. Like they don't give a fuck, bro. Oh my god, Goblin Town at 0.2. That almost makes me want to buy just out of like sentimental value of when they pumped, bro.
Where did they go? 7, 8?
7, 8,
Where
8.
did they
Yeah, I
go?
think they hit 8.
They
Bro.
might have gone higher. They might have gone
Yo, is there
higher.
anything going on with them? Nah?
6 ETH. No, there's not much going on. Look, they recently did that Big Incorporated. They're still doing things. That Big Ink, remember where you have to apply to Big Ink, their company, and you got your NFT, the guys who lost the most. We also spoke about it on one of our streams. If you lost the most, you got in. I was able to mint one, made a 0.05 profit
Bruh.
for losing like 5 ETH. You made a 0.05.
Yeah, there's Renga.
Renga's there. I
Renga
mean,
down there,
everyone's
bro.
here.
Well, what's it called?
It's hard.
Storytelling NFTs, baby. Where did that happen? What happened to those, bro? What happened to those influencers, huh?
Yeah, all gone. Hey, you don't see any of them. Everyone's gone.
Guys, name one single trend that stuck. Name one. One trend that
But they
stuck.
come back. Art has
That's not
stuck.
a trend, bro. That's an industry. Art? Bro, the whole thing is art. What do you mean? Oh, creature world, bro. Look at those creatures. Look at that three
I'm
layers.
gonna go look. I remember so clearly. I sold when Shaq announced. But let's just talk about this one, Cyber Brokers. They were about 7 ETH, I think, maybe even a
I
bit
remember
more.
this. But I don't know anything about them.
They're completely on chain. Like the imaging and everything is generated on chain. They're one of the few projects that actually do that. And every element of them is sort of a separate element on chain that's been layered and can be removed. They're definitely unique.
Yeah.
5.5 ETH average price, 5.5. So again, I mean that's quite a big drop. It's about they 7% of their what they were. What do we want to look at? Future World. I sold at 3 ETH. I sold at the top
Nice.
when Shaq changed it to his profile picture.
Nice. Yeah, I grabbed one of these before I went to go meet Danny, the founder at NFT NYC. I always wanted one, but I just figured this is a good time to buy one before I meet him. And I picked one off the floor that was beautiful, bro. I bought a purple one, and it's one of the best. That's one of the best on the floor. I think I bought around 0.1 actually too. So looks like for a monetary thing, it was maybe a good decision. But dude, I remember this shit. I remember this shit. Shaq putting that PFP as a
that I sold at the top on this one. I did well.
Did you call that, by the way? Did you call that like in your Discord?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, if you're holding the standard, it's never going to get higher than this. I mean, Shaq made it his profile where it went from literally in one day.
Why was I in your Discord, bro? Why was I in your Discord taking your
It went from 1.6 to 3.5. I mean, it was just crazy. There was another one that, I mean, Mutants I sold at 30 something. My Mutant, my really cool Mutant behind me. I sold at the absolute top as well.
Bro, when are you going to get back into that? Are you ever going to get back in? Is there a price range you're looking at? Like, would you buy back in or not?
There's a price. Everything at like definitely Bored Ape, I would want to get in at some price. But I think with crypto doing what it's doing, NFTs are just going to continue slow bleeding. Unfortunately, look here. This is where I sold. I sold at about 35 ETH. Again, I timed the top almost perfectly. I mean, I can show you ones where I bought the top. So don't think I'm saying I'm amazing. I'm not. I mean, Doge Pound, I literally bought the absolute top. Subducks, I bought the absolute top. I'm just these ones I did well. Which one did you want to look at?
That one, the simple one in the middle, next to the hat one. Next to the hat on the right. That one, the volcano looking one. Now go to the right. No, one more. I kind of like that one. That one's pretty cool. I do like
the droopy face.
I like the cigar trait on the right side of that one, but that one's kind of cool.
But I don't like the droopy face. I don't like that trait. No, I don't like it. And a lot of the floor ones always have it. I hate the worm trait. Let's make it. I really don't like that. So I've told you before, I love the grin, but I don't like what else is going on with this guy.
Right.
but I do like the grin. I love it when a project has got like here it says Mutant Ape Yacht Club hat.
I hate that
I
mouth
love
though,
that.
bro. I don't like those.
Yeah, I don't like anything else, but I just like the hat over
Yeah.
there.
Horns are
None
pretty
of
cool.
these that I'm seeing.
But yeah,
Yeah,
none
some of
of
them
those.
are.
I
I
don't like it.
hate the worm
Ew, I
clothing.
didn't even
Hate
know about
that.
that, Trey. That's nasty, bro.
So my one had this cool hair, which is really quite rare,
I,
but that's all that this one's got going for it is the cool hair. Um, See, all the droopy faces are on the floor always. So
yeah.
there's nothing that I'm seeing that I'd like to buy yet. I'll get there, don't worry. As you scroll down, you'll see more M1 grins. I mean, that's just a rare trait, a gold grin, but I don't like the
Mm,
googly eyes like that. Um, let's see. Where are my grins, man? I mean, yeah, you're getting the rarer grins, but I like the M1 grin. Like, there's the M1 grin, but I don't like what else is going on there.
You know, it's funny. Like if you see the one your mouse is on right now, it's so they all look like thread guys. Anything with that thing over, like anything over the head like that, it just reminds you of
Yeah,
thread guys PFP because he's so prominent on Twitter. Okay. Also, I like those. I don't know why, but I like the bunny ear traits, bro.
I do.
I
That's
like them for
hilarious.
some reason. Mutants and on board. Ooh, that's. I don't. Okay.
It's got two traits that I like, the
Yeah,
gold grin and the hair, but I don't like anything else there.
I don't actually like that one, but I do. I do like a couple of his traits.
I see Devon's
Okay,
got
that
some
chin
of
is my
these.
favorite. That chin is one of my favorites on the right, far to right, far right. That
This.
I don't know why I like that mouth trait. I just think it's cool.
This guy.
Not that specific one, but I like that mouth trait where he's.
But you like the trait.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it looks good on the apes.
Yeah, I don't like. Here's my grin. There's my
Yeah,
grin. So
sure.
this would be a contender for me. Like from all the ones that we've seen so far, just visually, purely visually, this
That's
would be a
pretty clean.
contender. It's got the Mutant Ape Yacht Club hat. It's got the nice grin. I don't like this color because it reminds me of the droopy face, but it's not a droopy face. But I don't like that color on the face. Like the necklace. I like the mushrooms. I like everything going on here except the color of the face. But
Right.
that's quite a cool one. So from everything we've seen, this is what I would want to get into.
True. True.
I see Devon's got some good suggestions. Let's look at two more, and then we'll call it. We've got
Yeah.
Dead Fellas over here.
Nice.
Let's look at Dead Fellas.
Dude, that fella's down bad right now, I think.
Everything's
Forgot
down
an A.
bad, bro. I mean, that's the whole point
Forgot
of
an
this.
A.
Okay, I'll do it again. Okay, I think I got it now. So sitting at 0.25. My thing is, I think these went up to 4.5.
These
I
are
don't think they
really
went much
cheap.
higher. No, everything's cheap. Okay, it's no different.
Oh, that's way cheaper than I thought, though.
Yeah, exactly 4.5, eh? And now
Dude,
they're 0.2. So it's about 6%. So yeah, I mean that's a big drop. That's
I want
similar
to
to
own one so
Moonbirds.
bad. I want to own one so bad, but I don't actually like them.
Invisible Friends. Invisible Friends, I sold
Too.
the absolute top.
Damn,
I
really?
was this when I minted one. I owned a mood roller and a roller, whatever. The other one, a mood roller, and the other one. I minted it. I was the second sale of all of
Bro,
them, and I was the highest sale at 15 ETH.
you
That was me.
you sold 15 ETH?
Yeah, but remember, I could have
Oh,
sold my mood roller for like 2 or 3 ETH to hold them because you weren't guaranteed whitelist. And then the other one, what was it? Slim Hoods. I
yeah.
also could have sold it 4 ETH. So I could have
Wow.
realized 7 ETH at any stage. This here, this this here was it doesn't even show. It says
Yeah.
average price 9 ETH. That first day, I sold it at 15 ETH, and I phoned NFT Nate.
I was about to say, did you call Nate? Because he called. I think he called to sell right at the beginning.
I called him straight away.
That's
And
so
I
fucking funny,
said,
bro.
and he was like, let's fucking go.
15
I
ETH.
minted and I listed and it sold. And I was like, no way.
Dude, that's insane. That is insane.
Yeah.
Damn. What was
The
the other
good
thing
old
to
days.
look at? Or is that
No,
it?
those were to them. Invisible Friends and Dead Fellas.
Damn, bro.
So, guys, to everyone who joined us, this has been incredible. Our first Saturday night stream. It seems, from the numbers that I've seen, it seems to suit people better, which is amazing. Thank you to everyone for joining. We always appreciate you. We will see you next week, same time, same place, where we promise you the most up-to-date Web3 news, analysis, and discussions. We appreciate each and every one of you. Continue to be nice and kind to each other, guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.
See you later, y'all. Bye.